so with the sun at their backs, the demon lords, Pain and Kaizo, would lead the final charge. 24 prior or future lords would accompany them. Demons like Trinder, Akil, Sin, Apollo, Serena, X-Mike, Apothecary, and Squiggle. But the demonic horde would charge forth and win the battle. Now with the foes of hell captured, scattered, or killed, the next age would belong to the demons. It would become the age of tyranny. The third age would be ruled by the great demon triumvirate and the empire that formed around it. There would no time to rest and regroup for the world. The overwhelming forces of evil would repeat the cycle of divide and conquer. In time, each class would be given the ultimatum: ally, hybrid, or die! The demons would once again be on the war path. The first and longest of the campaigns would be led against the wolves. The werewolves would lose half of their tribes to death and hybridization before any allied with the Empire. Years of warfare between the lords and chieftains would end with the signing of the Treaty of the Hallowed Grounds. The wolves would see their power and influence limited, but free from demon rule. The Magi were the next to face the Empire. Grudges and rifts have developed among the magic schools. The Triumvirate was quick to exploit this and won several diplomatic victories before the conflict started. The DMT Accords would see the Blue Magi Abelzerb, the Purple, and agree to similar terms like the Wolves. However, they would be spared hybridization. That would be the burden of the Yellow Mages. Sadly, most of these recent converts would soon have to face their former brothers and sisters in what is known as the Red Purge. The Red Magi had been gathering support since the start of the invasion. Others besides yellow refugees and blue defectors offer aid to this emerging alliance. Several Highlanders and lone wolves joined the new army forming around the Red headquarters. The only defections from the Demon Empire also occurred before this looming battle. Though few in number, they included Lucy, the daughter of the Demon Lord Pain! Her conversion to the mage class and cause would greatly boost the morale of these outnumbered fighters. It would also enrage the Demon Triumvirate, who named her sister Luton the next heir of the Empire. All negotiations ceased, and an all-out assault was launched by the Emperor Kaizo. The defenders fought valiantly against the combined demon, hybrid, and collaborating forces. But in the end, the elite demon reserves were once again deployed with lethal effect. Only one group, led by Isni, Yake, and Raw, managed to break through the encirclement and escape. No quarter or mercy was shown to any others. This would not be the last major genocide carried out by the Demon Empire. The scourging of the vampires that followed would match the Red Purge in brutality.